I am alive and it's good to be alive. What is up, everyone? Today I am playing Astroneers again. So I have had an incredibly hard time finding resin, as you guys may know, but I finally found some. And unfortunately I spent quite a bit of time finding it. So I really didn't want to make an episode on that. You guys just watched me find resin. That seemed pretty boring. So instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys what I did accomplish and also give you guys some early game tips and pointers that have really helped me out so that you guys don't find yourself in the same situation. So as you can see here, I have finally set up a base camp. I've got some lovely walls. At least I think they're lovely. I'll show you guys the best way, in my opinion, to make these nice, smooth. Let me go on the outside here. Nice, smooth walls for the most part. They look pretty dang good. This is really helpful because this is actually my first time building them. But whenever there's, you know, sandstorms or dust storms, whatever you want to call them, it blows chunks of rocks around at your base and everything. So this is actually my first layer of defense. I want to make another layer of walls around my city, but as you can see here, I kind of carved out some windows there, and this is probably one of my nicest walls. Everything seems to connect really nice, and look at that. It's a nice castle. So, the easiest way to make walls, from my personal experience, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to, by the way, I play on console, so if you hit the LB button when your vacuum tool is out, or whatever you want to call it, if you hit LB, you'll notice the arrows get taken off of your circle, and if you hit LB again, you'll notice the arrows point outward instead of inward. This means that you're adding terrain. So there, you've added some terrain. Now the fastest way to make a wall, instead of, you know, coming around to it and trying to, you know, add to it like this, you know, you can do that. That's gonna be okay, but the easiest way to do it, honestly, is to hit LB once so that there are no arrows. And essentially, the easiest way I can describe it, I used to think that this would smoothen the terrain, but it doesn't quite smoothen the terrain. Oh crap, I'm suffocating, hang on. It doesn't really smoothen the terrain. What it does is it'll grab the angle of whatever terrain you're looking at and spread it at that consistent angle. So if I look at this wall here, it will then create terrain at that specified angle that it had when I started doing it. This is the fastest way to make some nice walls. You just add up a little bit of dirt and then honestly just use this flattening tool and you are going to have yourself a fine looking wall. Look at that. That looks nice. Now what it's gonna do is it's gonna cause these little potholes or breaks in the ground in front of it. And that's because, like I said, it's not actually smoothing the terrain. Like if I were to use the flattening tool right here, it would absolutely destroy my wall. It doesn't smoothen the terrain, it continues terrain at the angle that you first had it. So for example, if I use it on this flat terrain here and then pull it just up to the edge of my wall, see, you'll see it starts to destroy my wall because it's wanting to now move the dirt right there at a perfectly flat angle, but I won't let it. And let me smoothen this out here. There we go. So that's the easiest way to think of it. You're stretching the terrain in the angle that it's already at. So, unfortunately, that can sometimes cause the other side of your wall to be ugly. So the easiest solution to that is to simply find a nice flat surface and do exactly the same. But see, like I said, it's not smoothing. It's just flattening it. So sometimes you want to grab the farthest facing piece, like I've done here, because if you grab a piece that's really far back, it's going to dig a hole in your wall. So as you can see, I picked the chunk of the wall that was kind of closest to me and sticking out the most, and that really is what's going to help you get a nice smooth wall like this. And hang on, I had run out of power, but I have a little more now. I think I can finish up my wall here, and there you have it. You have a nice, for the most part, flat wall on both sides. And yeah, that's pretty much what I've learned. That's, in my experience, the best way to build walls. Also, I hope that better explains the terrain tool for you guys. So I'll show you what I have done. I've basically built just kind of a circle, or more like a broken oval going all the way around my base with walls and windows, and these nice little cave doorways with various oxygen lines leading out from my base in different directions. One of them's to a cave, and the other 3 or 4 just kind of out into the wilderness, because again, I've had a really hard time finding resources where I'm living. So I'm probably just gonna pack up my base and move somewhere else, but next episode I want to make some vehicles to show you guys, and then what I'll do is I will craft a new cockpit segment and hopefully get a new base that's a lot closer to resources, so I can actually show you guys what some gameplay is like, because out here I'm totally screwed on resources and it's very frustrating. But anyways, here's what I've built so far. And also another tip, because of the fact that sometimes compound is really easy to find, sometimes resin's really easy to find, but every now and then you'll just find yourself in a rare predicament where they're not easy to find anymore. So I'd use them wisely at the beginning of the game. Let's say you start a new game on a new planet. Use them wisely. Don't just waste them assuming that you're going to have them like all the time, because that's not always the case. And I also recommend that the first thing you build is a smelter, because you're not going to be able to build a whole lot of complicated things with unrefined resources. You're going to need a smelter, because what I did was I built a printer first, but then I needed lots of refined resources, and I was like, okay, well, I got to build a smelter. So I already kind of wasted some resources there. Oh god, I'm dead. Well, that's what the walls are supposed to be for, and that's why I need a second layer, and I'm dead again. Okay. Clearly, windows are not what you want in this game. Oh, this floor is going to be littered with dead astronauts by the end of this episode. Fantastic. Okay, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and patch up these windows, as much as that's going to hurt my beautiful art. Oh, whoops, I hit the X button. Saving's probably a good idea anyways. Oh, no, I need to find my body. Okay, that's really annoying. If you hit your X button and you're too close to the pod there, it's going to take all your stuff. Okay, so that's an empty backpack. Where is... Stop it. I don't want to look at you anymore. Okay. Got to find my body! Guys, where did I die? Oh, here we go. Okay, this is what I needed. Go ahead and put all this stuff on me. For those of you who don't know, the quick way to put things on you is just hit right trigger on them, look at your guy and hit right trigger. You don't even have to pull up your backpack. As you can see there, they are now on there. It's going to save you some time as well. So again, I build a smelter first, and then I would build a research station, because there's not a lot you can build when you start. You can build like a wind turbine, a battery generator, and a one-seater, stuff like that, solar panel. I unlocked this storage, which is really cool. The storage is basically just exactly what it sounds like, an extra place to store resources, which is nice because you can also plug it into cars, so you can ship large amounts of resources and save some space. So yeah, I would build smelter and then research station, and I'll show you guys how the research station works in the next episode. But I just wanted to point you guys out some tips, show you what I did build, and hopefully we can have some fun in the next episode. Thanks so much for watching as always. I hope you liked the video, and if you want to see another one, leave a comment down below. I will see you next time. Peace!